Now, the Best You Personal and Professional Development Virtual Expos are happening globally in 2020 and 2021, whether you want to speak, exhibit, or attend. These are 7-day online events for all those passionate about living a better life, creating a better world, gaining greater mindfulness and meaning in these new times, and becoming the best version of themselves. Book your speaking slot, your virtual booth, and get tickets to attend now. The Best You TV, a TV channel with only the best business leaders and influencers ready to help you rise to the top. Available now on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Google Play. Learn and grow from in-depth interviews, documentaries, inspirational talks, and motivational masterclasses from the world's biggest thought leaders, speakers, teachers, authors, coaches, and highly successful business gurus. The Best You TV is now live.
One of the things I frequently say is that we don't think about what we're thinking about. And not only we're not thinking about what we're thinking about, we just have really terrible thoughts. A lot of people just have this terrible internal dialogue, which all they're doing is just being detrimental to themselves. They're saying terrible things to themselves. So the first thing you need to be is you need to be aware. You need to be aware of your thoughts. You need to be able to think what you're thinking about and making sure that what you're thinking about are things that are going to help you, empower you. And that's what I say normally, is that the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions you ask yourself. If you ask yourself empowering questions, unconsciously you're going to start finding ways in where you can find a solution to that, to go where you want to go. And one of the things I really find interesting and fascinating, that there's so many people that think, but then they think small. Oh my God, why would you? If you're going to think big. It's free. Think big.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
so it's Tony and me now, and we're going to spend a little bit of time giving some kudos to people that deserve some recognition and some
Let's start with you, Bernardo. Let's start with you're at the halfway point, and congratulations at the halftime. Right now is your Super Bowl. You know, we're doing the rundown of what just happened, what's going to happen. I just want to say this is amazing. So thank you for letting me be part of this.
No, thank you, Tony. Thank you for your support and your encouragement. It's been interesting. Yes, Tony shared a little message. We're halfway through. Well, halfway through. It's flying through. You know what? When you do, I've done a lot of events, and when I've done these 7-10 day events or longer, you always think, well, you know, when you're going to start, how long is this going to take? It's going to be, but it doesn't. It just goes really fast, because you know there's so many great people. We're meeting so many great people. We're talking to so many great people, and so far, I think it's been amazing. A very interesting couple of days.
Right. Any takeaways that you've gotten from the first half? I mean, I've gotten so many nuggets that it's pretty amazing. It's pretty powerful. I'm actually sharing them with my family and friends and family, and they're getting a lot just from the relay.
Well, you know what? There's been so many things. I think one of the things for me, for example, was Jack Canfield, obviously, which was one of our first speakers, and I think what happened with him is the idea of you know, the oils and the essential oils, and obviously, you know, a man like Jack, who's so successful, has been such a great author, connector, coach, and to see how knowledgeable and how passionate he is about it. You know, it shows you that there's so much more to it. So I thought it was very interesting to see a man of his knowledge knowing so much about the oils, which gives me the credibility. So, you know, if any of you missed the talk, I highly recommend you watch that. And then for me, obviously, one of the highlights, which I knew was going to be, was Mr. Les Brown and Anona. I loved it. They were just so cool. The duet. You know, both of them just literally finishing each other.
They're both characters. I mean, it was amazing watching their energy just ping pong off of each other. They're very funny.
They were very funny. No, I absolutely loved it, and I thought it was just brilliant that they were both brilliant, and I really love their energy. And it's so beautiful to see a father and daughter, you know, working together and really enjoying each other's company and laughing. That Les Brown, well, that Brown family laugh is amazing.
Yeah. Well, it was 2.5 hours of just nothing but laughter. I mean, it was a lot of information, but it wasn't heavy. It was light. And a lot of things that I'm getting from these well-traveled world speakers is health. Your temple. This is your temple, and if it's not healthy, it can't endure what they were making it do. Constant, go, 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 and a lot of those speakers have experienced a little bit of health problems and come back from it, and now they're sharing their wisdom. Health first. Health first.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people underestimate that. I talk about it in one of the videos about the holistic approach. I think a lot of people don't really realize the importance of, it's that holistic approach. What you eat, yoga, meditation, exercise, reading the right things, surrounding yourself with the right people, being positive, the right frame of mind, reading the right things. All those things are essential. I think a lot of people are just trying to, I loved what Matthew Knowles, he was great as well. I love his approach to the microwave success, kind of like thinking that you can just cook it and do it over a couple of minutes and you're done. And you're done. Well, it's the same with life. You have to endure, you have to work hard at it. And it's kind of an ongoing thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And I actually learned that you don't get happiness from doing or getting, it's giving. And by them sharing their wisdom for the next generation to leave a legacy that goes on beyond you was a big thing that I got from so far from the speakers is it's not what you're doing now, it's what you're leaving and where that's going to manifest.
Yeah, I love that. I've got to say, when Les was talking about legacy, I think I had a conversation with him at the end, and we were talking about what legacy means and what legacy is. And I remember him saying some beautiful things. And I actually got choked up because he said something that kind of like, I know it's Les, but it's Les talking to you.
Yeah.
Because I was saying that we work very hard at doing the events, and he was saying, "Oh, listen, God has put you to do this." He says He's put you here for a reason, and I remember I got slightly choked up because I just thought it was just so beautiful coming from him.
Well, I believe I second that you are the best person for this new venture that you're taking. Having the courage, because a lot of people follow you and trust you, and so that you lead with courage, we follow with confidence, or you can inspire us to continue to let this thing kind of expand. It's just been amazing, and we're only halfway through, and this is just on the main stage. Now you've got all these other things happening in the expo, all these breakout booths, all these other authors, all these exhibitors, and it's really, I don't feel like we've missed too much of a beat not being in person at some of these things. But can you tell us a little bit more about the breakout legacies and what a legacy is and how they can be part of a legacy beyond the expo?
Yeah, I think, look, there's so many things that we have on the go, and so many things we had on the go, and kind of a little bit has been we've had to adapt or prioritize with certain things depending on the circumstances to a degree. I obviously would have liked to have done a lot more virtual before, and we didn't, because it was very expensive, to stream, from an event could have cost me $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, and then you still got to finance it either through a sponsor or ticket sales, and it was questionable. Now, obviously, everything has to be streamed. So, we're learning because we're using technology. We're using a platform now. Will we be using this platform in the future? I don't know, because I want to make sure that we're offering whatever is cutting edge and whatever works. And
well, I think a hybrid of both. At your live events, still offer this for people that can't get there from where you are in Dublin or in Ireland, and where we are here in Hollywood, and being able to bring the globe in. And then if they can get to the live event, that's wonderful. But I think we're going to see both.
Well, I think, Eric Zuli was actually asking me something before around that. Where do I see the event business going? And I've got to say, I really believe that I think the live events will come back. There's no doubt about it. It will come back. I personally think it's going to be 2022. I was speaking to some speakers that I promote, and who, I don't need to name, but they were asking, "Oh, well, we're thinking in May next year." I said, "Well, you might be thinking next year, but I don't know if Bernardo is going to be thinking about next year." Because, at the end of the day, as a promoter, hotel, venue, costs, marketing, and then, at the end of the day, it could be a big, massive risk. And as I've said before, I'm going to wait for Disney and for the
Right.
Lakers to fill the stadiums before I decide to put my money.
And as you know, I'm in the film world, and unless we get investors, we get bond companies, we get insurance companies, or we get SAG to say it's okay to go. As much as we want to go, you need everyone to agree it's safe to go, and you need to have forethought, right, with your hotels and airfare. You need to book out. So it's going to take that delay that we have in order to even go. When you get the green light, you still got the delay.
So I think the way I'm looking at it, because I'm learning as like a lot of people are, I see the virtual obviously here for a mid long term. I see the app and the television. So how can we create a community together with the television? So for me, I'm already thinking in our next event in Dallas, I'm thinking of us having not only the main stage being streamed to the TV channel, but having all the breakout rooms too. So
Right.
I'm thinking of having multiple rooms, like probably 9-10 breakout rooms,
Right.
and all of them being streamed. Now, we can't stream them all at the same time to the TV channel, but what we can do, they can be there literally instantly. Okay.
Well, you know what you could do, Bernardo? You could have multiple channels under the banner of the Best You Expo, and you've got 10 different channels that they can flip through, like NBC has multiple shows. You could have multiple shows under the Best You. So it is possible.
It is possible, but I think as a starting point, you know, what we will be looking at is really telling speakers when they speak with us, look, hey, we would all love 5, 6, 8, 10, 12,000 people to show up, but how about 180 million being able to show up?
Right.
Well, so kind of like, you know, now your message is, hey, I am speaking live at the Best You Expo, but guess where you can watch it? And that's kind of where it's a game changer. So I think the virtual online, because it's the interaction of chatting, talking, and connecting, which you can't do on TV. The TV and then the app, which brings it all together, which is where we create the community. So you get the app, we all connect with each other, we get to know each other. Hey, I'm watching this here now, and then you connect back. So that's where I'm looking at it going, and I'm very excited about it. And kind of look, I've never done a show like this, but I just love how engaging it can be, how we can play videos instantly, how we can have the tickers coming along, the messages coming along. So, you know, there's a lot of things that we can do that are pretty.
Speaking of tickers, I'm gonna run one for you. What about that? What's coming up?
Yeah, exactly.
On Fire, Google Play, Apple TV. Then we've also got what's coming up in London, Miami, Dubai. I mean, you got some amazing things coming up. So,
yeah, absolutely. But you know, Tony, I was saying before that kind of I was sharing actually. I share a quote that I filled in this morning. Was I normally when I don't post a lot on Instagram, but when I post things, I always put a quote that is dear to my heart or something that I'm feeling, and because the rest are kind of like that. So today I put a quote that says, "Surround yourself with the dreamers and doers, the believers, but most of all, surround yourself with those who see greatness within you." And that's kind of what I experienced in the last 2 or 3 days. I've experienced a lot of believers and doers that see greatness in me, but I have also come across some, unfortunately, negative people that, you know, kind of, you know, focus on the problem. And you know, I didn't create technology. I didn't create technology. I did not create Google or StreamYard or Zoom or any of them. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to help the speakers to connect with people, and I'm trying to help people to connect with speakers. So that's what I do, and I work very hard at doing it. And sometimes, you know, guess what? Things go wrong, but it's just how you deal with it. When I have a problem, I don't look for people to blame. I look at how am I going to get out of this? How can I find a solution? So it is a bit disappointing. And kind of remember just before those words that Les Brown told me, I was thinking, why don't you, Bernardo, go and open a little beach bar somewhere in South America? Because I cook really well, and you know, I could probably have a much easier life.
Did you notice the backdrop I had behind us when you came in? I got the beach all set up for you. I just didn't have your martini ready, but I mean, I'm trying to get you ready for your vacation after this event. But yeah, no, it's amazing. Bernardo, I know you're always going to hear negative and you're not going to hear the 10 positives, right? So for every one negative, there's 10 to 100 positives you're not hearing. And you know the 4 levels of success. 1, they ignore you. 2, they laugh at you. 3, they try to trip you. And 4, they want to be you. Yeah. So if you're hearing the negative, you're one step from them all wanting just to be Bernardo or be in the Best You.
No, I get it. You know, kind of, I do understand. It's just, it disappoints me a little bit. It disappoints me more than anything is because the people that are doing it are supposed to be coaches, trainers, and colleagues, you know, who are on the same. And look, we're talking about a 1-2%, okay? And I get it. And really, trust me, I sleep absolutely well, and I'm absolutely fine about it. But no, it's a little bit more educational for them. You know, I'm trying to coach them. These guys coach other people. I'm trying to coach them and saying to them, look, you know, and with love and respect, you know, with someone investing money, I've been building my brand for 10, 11 years. I've invested millions and millions. And let me say that again, millions. So that's at least 3 million. And I'll say another one, 4 million. I've invested millions and millions and millions of dollars in my brand and getting to where we are. So it's not easy to do it, but I'm loving it. I've got to say that I'm really excited about where this is going.
I'm honored to be part of it. I hope that once you get your real television show, that it continues to grow from where it is today. Congratulations on having it where it is on Roku. But to treat it like when MTV first started, and there was videos, but then there was the anchors that grounded what's happening over here at this concert, or what's happening over at this event, or how can we be part of this event, or here's MTV After Midnight, or Yo MTV Raps. And you starting as this is the hub. And I really just see it just breaking out into so much more than you've even envisioned. I think this is just the nuclei right now. And like I said, it's brilliant already, but I can already see where it's going.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. So, Tony, I know we wanted to talk about a few people here at the Expo, in particular. You know, some of the people that maybe stood out for you. Now, I know there's a lot of main stage speakers that we still have to come, but I think, you know, that we've got some amazing people already that have already shared so much expertise, and we had a Spanish panel. What have you liked? What have you enjoyed, or what are the speakers, or what are the chat that you've seen happening in the Expo room?
Well, in the Expo, I mean, there's so many breakout rooms that even when we were in person, we couldn't get to every single speaker. We couldn't see every single vendor. So having this platform to be able to go back and watch some. But personal friend of mine, Brandy Vale, I want to see her recording if she hasn't gone yet. I'm not sure when she's going on. Obviously, Eric Zuli's doing one. Rebecca Whitman's doing a panel with me Thursday at noon. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for speaking with Forbes Riley and her amazing energy and some of the people on the main stage. But really, as a whole, it's so much information that I'm going to need to go back and really see what I missed. So I'm excited that you actually captured all this.
Yes, it's all captured, and I think that's kind of what people need to really look into is making sure that they sign up to those talks. Mm-hmm. You know, register to them, even if it's a recording. We've got some phenomenal people that we've had there. I mean, you know, I think I know we had Richard Kay coming in yesterday. You were talking with him about CEO space, and we're going to do a little celebration on the life of Bernie Dorman here at the Expo. I think it's tomorrow, the day after. We're also, I've had some great people, Brian and Janice Muldoon, who supported us in the past. Paul Boros, who joined me this morning, but he's the pitch doctor. He's been doing a lot of things. He's been my host in London for the first 3 or 4 years. He's hosted all the Best You Expo events. Sarah Davis, the divorce coach. I think she had some technical issues yesterday, but she's uploaded her recording, so that's there now as well. So yeah, we've had some great people. And I know there's a lot that are actually there live, really chatting and engaging a lot, aren't they?
Yeah. Dr. John DeMartini from The Secret, I've actually had the pleasure of filming some of his seminars, and when you film them, you pick it up and you absorb it. And he changed my life many, many, many years ago. And his theme that I got from it is that where there's good, there's bad. Where there's positive, there's negative. If you cut a battery in half, you still have positive, negative. You cannot diminish the positive to the negative. Yeah. So then I went to him and I said, well, that scares me. If I have all this positive, am I going to have the negative to equal that? And he's like, no. You get what you focus on. That's what The Secret was really about. You get what you focus on. I said, but you said that there's positive and negative, and I'm scared to get too high and he's like, no, that is not what I'm saying at all. So I'm excited to go rewatch live John DeMartini and really absorb what he's talking about in the negative positive if he's still on that topic. But he's an amazing speaker that was in The Secret and has been very successful. But I'm honored to see him here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, John DeMartini was an interview that I did. I've interviewed him a couple of times, actually, and he did a talk for us a few years ago. So John DeMartini, amazing guy, amazing individual, so smart, so clever, so eloquent. And also he has a phenomenal story, obviously someone that couldn't read and struggled in school, and look at him now, what he's managed to achieve. Amazing. I'm looking at the leaderboard here as well, so I can see that.
Oh, right. So what is a leaderboard? Share with us what that is.
Well, the leaderboard are the people that are out there kind of connecting. chatting, talking, posting.
So it's like trending.
Yeah, the people that are trending most, absolutely. Yeah. So we've got some great people here. We've got TR Garland, who we've got Sirisha. Sirisha is my Legacy Club director for Mumbai.
Who's on the top of the trend right now? Who are we going to try to beat?
Well, it's TR Garland. I don't know how he did it because he got to 4,300 literally on day one. So we'll have to look into that.
And is that marketing? Because that's all the data coming from StreamYard, right? So is he reposting? Do you know his approach on how he's maintained that leadership board?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're going to have to look into that because it went up to that big number on day one, and I haven't seen a lot of interaction. But hey, we'll assume that it's all kosher, as they say. But we've got Maria Thomas Keegan. She's been posting a lot, engaging a lot. Sirisha, and someone that from the beginning is Jasmine Romain. She's been phenomenal. So much things she's been doing on social media. So many posts she's done. But here, I got to say, and that's one of the things that I normally share at the Expo is that I've seen the best breakout rooms at the best time with, the best day, and the rooms were empty. And I've also seen the worst rooms, the worst talk, you think, oh my God, I wouldn't want to have that speaking slot. It's 5 o'clock on a Saturday, and packed and heaving. And you know why? Because it's always down to the energy that you put into it. Right. It's always down to the energy. Now, I've had it with love. I've had some people say, oh, Bernardo, you haven't posted me, or you've only done it. Excuse me. I mean, listen, I always say to them, look, I would love a Bernardo in my life. If someone did all the stuff that we do, because I mean it, Tony, if you Google, and I've done this, you Google any of the speakers that are here, and I'm not saying all of them, far from it, but I'm telling you half of them. If you Google their name and they've been involved with us, the Best You and the Best You Expo will appear probably on page 1. And it probably will appear several times, and it will appear within the images. So the brand association always, we do a lot because we promote a lot on social media. Right. We send emails, we do a lot of things. We do videos, all sorts of things. So I've seen it, and it is down to the energy. So for example, and that's what I was just saying on the leaderboard, I was looking at Jasmine Romain, and I remember on day one, I think she had like 150 people on day one registered to her talk. So, kind of like that just shows. So she has a lot of data that she's collecting and a lot of people that she's connecting with. So I really recommend if you're involved in the Expo, and if you're in the Expo, connect with other people. You're here to connect.
So Bernardo, what if we offered an incentive to say the top 2 leaderboards get on the main stage and talk to you?
Well, we're up. Let's do it. I mean, we're going to have an opportunity tomorrow.
From 3 to 5 tomorrow. Maybe they can do something tonight and tomorrow, and we might be able to bring them in the main stage sometime tomorrow or later on in the week.
Well, listen, put some post out there. Put some post. Tag us, the Best You _ and Instagram, and put some things out here. And then we're going to pick a couple of people tomorrow. I'm going to be running my Bernardo Guest in the morning, or we'll be doing something in the afternoon as well. And yeah, they can join us. It's a good shout.
Yeah, and the main stage is pretty amazing. I've been with you for the first few days, and it's just so powerful. And I'm getting so much just by watching in the green room. So I can only imagine getting to share this and have it go out to the ethers and what that does for their brand as well. So
Tony, I know this is my Tony C, who's my event manager. Tony, why don't you make a note, and then we'll contact Maria Thomas Keegan. Let's get Sirisha. Let's send them a message. We can send them a message. And Jasmine Romain. Because they're already at the head of the leaderboard. and then we can just invite them to come in and say hi.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think it's wonderful. Well, I love how this is going. Again, it's halftime. I made a special little high graphics here for you. You spent a lot of money on these graphics, but it is halftime for the Best You Expo. We are literally at the halfway point, but so much more to come. And just really wanted to, as Matt said, your other technician behind the scenes, time to switch sides and eat an orange. Come back after the halftime show.
Cool. Great. Well, let's have a quick break and we'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
The Best You Store, helping you do more, achieve more, be more. store.thebestyou.co. The Best You Online. Featuring in-depth interviews, motivational talks, and inspiring masterclasses from the world's top experts, motivational speakers, business gurus, and thought leaders. Leaders and influencers from all over the world are here to share their knowledge and skills with you. With over 500 speakers, The Best You Online is a priceless mine of personal development wisdom, knowledge, and practical information to help you take charge of your life and take you, your business, and career beyond where you have always wanted to go. The Best You Online.
So one of the things
you literally did it. That's funny.
I know. I thought, you know, I'm going to play around with them. So if I would have had a hat, if I would have had a hat on me, we could have like filmed them for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. You got a great sense of humor. Considering all the things that are moving, all the moving parts, the fact that, and you're hosting on top of the moving parts and running the back. I mean, it's just watching you behind scenes. You're calm as a cucumber. I mean, it's just an amazing experience that you walk what you talk. I mean, there's just this is Bernardo. I love it.
Thank you so much. I mean, you know what? I've got to say, I do miss walking around the event. I do miss that. I kind of like the live events. I remember my first expo in London, because we obviously do them at big conference halls. You know what it's like. And I remember my first day on the setup day. I think I did 14K. So I did 14 kilometers, and then on day one, I think it was another 16 kilometers, and then on day 2, day 3, I think I did around 12, but because I couldn't feel my feet, I couldn't walk anymore. Yeah. And so yeah, like 30 odd kilometers in the 3 days. But I love the energy in the room. I love all that. You know, I'm in a room here in the middle of nowhere, and you're in your front room. So it's a bit of a different dynamic, but it's I love that. That's the only thing I got to say. I do miss engaging, meeting with people, but I love working behind the scenes, and I have to give great kudos as well, and very thankful to my team. You know, I was gonna Tony Caruso, who's my event manager, was just telling me about, you know, the girls we've got you know some admin girls that have been helping us all the way along. Ava, Bev, Donna, Crystal, you know, that they've all been phenomenal, and obviously Tony Caruso dealing with, you know, the main stage and dealing with all the speakers and engaging with them, and 1,076,000 questions a day, you know, so kind of like, you know, and then listen, with love, all of you, with lots of love, all you speaking exhibitors, you are lastminute.com. Oh my God, you guys just leave everything to the last minute, but you know, we love engaging, we love helping and contributing. So no, I love the show. I love the show, and I can't wait.
And kudos to Matt, your technician, and StreamYard and Roku and all the people behind the scenes that are helping this go to the way, I mean, branch out the way it's branching out. I don't even know all the technicians that are sitting behind their computer doing what they're doing to make sure this all is going off.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, Matt, I remember I spoke to Matt, I think it was like 5 weeks ago. I said, Matt, have you heard of StreamYard? No, never heard of it. Okay, well, there you go. I dropped him in the deep end. But Matt's been working with me for a long time. Matt's been working with me for a long time, and I mean, he knew me when I had hair and it was all black. And
I heard he did you. I've been watching. Sorry. I've been watching some of your interviews on Roku, waiting for the actual live stream. Yeah. And he mentioned that he shot some of those, and he did.
He shot a lot of those. So Matt's been around for a long time. Bless him. Matt is only 35. He just looks 70 because he's been working with me for a few years.
He is presidential gray, right?
Absolutely. So and then, you know, and then sorry, go ahead.
You're 8 hours ahead of us, correct?
We are. Yeah, we're 8 hour aheads. So, you know, kind of when we finish here, like last night was 1:30 in the morning, which is fine. You know, kind of like, you know, I do late. I normally wake up at 5, but I'm waking up a little bit later now. Yeah. And I was going to say as well that we've got Jerry Caloroso, who's running this, you know, from his one studio and putting it out on Roku. And he's the one that's also helping us putting it out on the other platforms. So kudos to him too. So thank you to all the team, and thank you. And that's kind of where we are so far.
Do you remember the old days on the telephone when you were going long distance and you screamed because you thought they could hear you better? I mean, that's going way back to the 70s. There's not even a delay here for us. And you're in Ireland and I'm in California. And it's just an amazing just amazing to be in this time to have this technology. I really just can't. I'm just amazed and awe, and just can only imagine what the next 5 or 10 years looks like. So for you, what does the next 10 years look like for you if you were to have it unfold the way you thought it would unfold?
Well, as I said before, I'll be in a beach bar lane someday. We're having a lobster
Delegation. That's
champagne. No, I mean, look, I don't know. You know what, Tony? My thing is that it's like a chicken and egg. I started promoting like I did with Richard Bandler and Paul McKenna, and I'm very honored to have promoted them and worked with them, and I've learned so much from them, so without a doubt. But I kind of put my career on pause to promote them. And then with the Best You, it was the same. I put my career kind of a little bit on hold because I've been pushing the Best You. I'd like to do a lot of my own thing, my coaching and my mentoring program. But having said that, all I'm really hoping now is that I can build a team where I can like, not take a step back, but be more at the forefront, like running the events,
right.
But not the logistics of them. I'm very, very hands-on, and I don't want to be that hands-on anymore. I would rather just be looking at, okay, so now this Expo, are we going to get one in Mumbai? Are we going to get one in Australia? Are we going to get one in South Africa? That's what I want to focus. And I've been speaking to people. I mean, so I had a great conversation with someone. We're talking about doing the Best You Expo for women and licensing some of those out. Very excited about that. So there's going to be all these different, branch outs that are coming. And then the Legacy Club, you're talking about that. I'm going to take the Best You Legacy Club virtual. But my main focus right now is my main focus is going to be, apart from the next 2 virtual expos, my next focus is going to be on the TV and everything related to the TV. So I'm really going to make the TV, I'm going to make it wow. So that's my next focus.
And the Best Youth with the TH on you, I know you've spoken, you and Cindy have had conversations about what that would look like. Would that be from 05 to 18 and really empowering our youth to take over after we're long gone?
Well, I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to do the sub channels. I think what we could do is once with the channel available now, then we can create, with our super channel, we can have now channels where we're going to start having a sub channel for youth, and we're going to have a sub channel for women, and we're going to have a sub channel for health and for wealth. So literally creating channels under this concept. Because remember, all the talks that we've had over the years are categorized, aren't they? So there's business talks, there's empowering women, there's passion to profit. So there's all these different opportunities where we could then start creating with the content that we have sub channels. But I want people to join me. I want people to join me, and that's kind of where I want to explore the idea of people. Hey, do you want your own show? Why don't you think about having your own show? Because I think there's a lot of people that have what it takes. Not everyone does, but I think there's a lot of people that have what it takes to run their own show.
I know after a lot of your live events, you would have kind of a give back award show. You would kind of acknowledge people at a gala at the end. Obviously, you're not having a gala after this one, but have you thought about kind of a gala, virtual gala awards appreciation? Or, I mean, that's just a whole other element of production, but down the road, maybe each year to really acknowledge where you've come from and where you're going to?
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, Tony, is that over the years, I've always wanted to find partners that I could work with and I could grow with or do partnership with, because I get it. I can't do this all on my own. So, I'm really hoping that along this journey now, I start getting more people that come forward because, I haven't had a lot of people say, hey, would you like to do this? Like I had this lady telling me she want to do the Best You Expo for women, and I'm happy to have a conversation and hopefully we'll go somewhere. But yes, I mean, I think everything falls into place. And I think, the awards, which we've done a couple of years in London, and right. Our intention was to do one in LA. And I really wanted to make the Best You Awards the biggest award in the personal professional growth industry. And I wanted to run it in LA because where else would it be better to do? And I wanted to do a big gala around it. So that was our plan. So the awards is something where we recognize the speakers, upcoming speakers, author of the year, publisher of the year, documentary of the year. We started doing those. We've had some phenomenal winners so Lifetime of Achiever Award. We've had Sharon Lecter and Les Brown, who we've already awarded, and Sharon Lecter was at my first awards. So yes, the award is an important part. The Legacy Club, virtually running legacy clubs around the world, which is literally people running a networking directorship in cities or towns around the world, but we're going to do it online.
Well, I shared that. Sorry to cut you off. I shared that the Legacy is kind of the micro version of your macro version, which is the Expo. But then you have little breakouts for your street. What can you do to better your street, better your driveway, better your lawn, better some in the smaller dynamics. What can we do? Plant more trees in the area, put up slow speed bumps so you're not driving too fast to your community. Could that be what a legacy is as well?
Yeah, well, I think ultimately it's really about helping people understand what their purpose is in life and what their legacy and what they're going to leave behind. You know, I think if personal professional growth isn't applied or directed with a focus in mind and what the purpose is in mind, then at the end of the day, personal growth is like being a plumber with love. Plumbers, you do a great job and it's needed. What I'm saying is that I think the personal professional growth experts and people in general have to start focusing before they die. What are they going to leave behind? You know, how can they make the world a better place? And that's where I think the personal development is the educational aspect that's missing in education, which is teaching people how can we make a difference? How can we teach people to care about making a difference, about the things that we all should be worried about? Slavery, you know, global warming, plastic, whatever it is. There's so many subjects. So I want people to slow down, stop, and have a conversation. What am I leaving behind? So we started creating these networks, and we had 14 legacy clubs around the world just before we kind of paused. You know, we had Mumbai, we had Northern Ireland, we had London, we had Switzerland, we had Mumbai, we had Calabasas, Temecula. So, you know, we had quite a few legacy clubs already up and running.
As I was coming into my own and starting to understand the power that I have to help other people, I'm now a teacher. I teach young adults. Really, they inspire me, but I inspire them. It's a symbiotic relationship. But I learned that it's not you finishing what you start, because that's overwhelming. Oh my God, how am I going to finish this amazing thought that I have in my head? I can't possibly do it. I don't have the money, the resources, the connections. But somebody said all you have to do is start it. Somebody else can finish it. And I'm like, oh, I can start anything. And then I felt I wasn't scared. And so I've done some pretty big things in my life. Like I've stage direct the Academy Awards called the Key Art Awards from the Kodak Theater. I didn't know how to do that, but I said, well, somebody there does, and I'm just going to say yes to that position. And now that's on my resume that I directed one of the biggest shows of the world. I've worked here with the Best You Expo. This goes on my resume. I've been Paris Hilton's DJ for 20 years. That's on my resume. I didn't think I could do any of this stuff, but someone said, just start. And it's changed my life. So if I could share that with anybody that has a passion in their heart but doesn't know what to do, don't worry about knowing what to do. Just do it. And people will gravitate towards you like they're coming to you, Bernardo.
I think a lot of people are waiting for the perfect moment, and they're waiting for the perfect time, and they're waiting for the perfect situation. Look, if people knew how many dark days I've had, if people knew how many moments I've questioned, oh bloody hell, how am I going to get out of this one? You know, if people knew how many times I've been literally cornered, you know, and we're talking about cornered like, oh my God, how am I going to pull this one out? Yeah. And, you know, kind of, I've always had my family, my friends, and my team. They always said, hey, you'll always pull it out. And I always say, well, one day I won't, you know. I said, well, you know, someone's overlooking, but some days I won't. But even the days that I don't, and I've had days that I couldn't, you know, I know that I've given it my 100%. You know, when we opened the show on Saturday, it was Saturday, and we've got to share the anecdote of me not knowing what day it was a couple of days ago.
It was the first day. You call the first day Monday.
I wish we recorded that. We got some really cool meetings. We have meetings and the production meetings in the morning, and it's just like, oh my God.
Well, we did record it because you did it when you were introducing all of your wonderful speakers for 30 minutes. You were saying on Monday we had, and it was literally Monday. So you did.
No, I think it was our private chat. But anyway, all I'm saying is that I've had so many difficult times in my life, so many difficult times, and even, you know, kind of when the whole coronavirus and even now, you know, kind of my company's transitioning. And you know, a lot of the stuff that we're trying to do, you know, we're trying to do on a limited budget. We're trying to make it affordable for everyone. So, you know, it's not easy. Bernardo is not a millionaire or a billionaire by far. So, you know, kind of I work very hard to build something that really can help people. Now, if obviously on the way, you know, we can make it work and we can make some money, it's great. But at the moment, I've just gone in and done it. But yeah, the story I was sharing the other day, so it was Matt. He was actually asking me, he says, well, this recording, where does it go? And I said, well, he spoke on Monday.
Right.
He spoke on Monday, so just find his slot and then just put it up there. And he asked me again, and at the end, I got irritated because it was Tony was speaking, the other Tony was speaking. I said, hold on, all of you, listen to me. I said, it was Monday, whatever. And then they said, Bernardo, it's Monday today. Oh, I just...
Yep. But you're very humble. Like,
yeah.
some people, when they're like, I'm not going to get caught, they're like,
listen, I messed up big time. Hands up. Hey, I got it wrong. So no, but we all laughed anyway. You thought, bless Bernardo.
There's a lot of multimillionaires on your stages throughout the years of you being
and billionaires.
And billionaires. Is there an opportunity for people to invest in the future of Best You, and how can they approach you to potentially invest in you?
Well, thank you, Tony. Look, I didn't prep him for this. No, look, part of what we're talking about and we're sharing on these videos is the idea of partnering with the Best You. I really have the intention of reaching people around the world. I would like these events in the future to be watched by hundreds of thousands. I'm not talking tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and eventually millions of people. I mean, I've got very, very high expectations for my event in Miami. And I'm not saying, and I say Miami because I have a decent run now. I've got at least 4 or 5 months. And Dallas, I've only got another 3 months. But I expect, and because of the influences that I'm bringing from the Spanish-speaking community, and because how generous they are, as far as, I know they're going to really push it out, because I've got some of them which are really connected to television, the biggest Univision and Galavisión. So I think we could reach millions of people. So look, at the end of the day, there's an opportunity. If someone said to me, Bernardo, I'd like to do a Best You Expo in wherever, let's have a conversation. If someone said to me, look, I want to run Legacy Club, Bernardo, I probably would want to get involved with you, help you with the channel, or get involved with the channel. I've got some experience in the channel. Or, I've got content for the Best You online. Whatever it is, it's just, this is the beauty of it. And I think what people have experienced with working with me or involved in my events in the past is that a lot of business tends to fly around being around this community. Because so you're saying we've got, well, Jeff Hoffman is a billionaire. Now, I'm not going to pass Jeff Hoffman's details to anyone, but if someone said, hey, look, I've got that, I would ask Jeff and say, hey, Jeff, I've got this gentleman who wants to speak to you, whatever. So there's so many opportunities, but Daryl Stern, I work with him and he spoke at the Expo. Brian and Janice Muldoon spoke to them. They spoke at the Expo. I work with them. Sarah Davison, we work together. So there's so many people that I've got to connect and work with over the years. But ask, Tony, the thing is that people don't ask. People don't ask, hey, could we do something together? Could we work together? And then again, it's just also being a little bit humble, where people have to understand that at the end of the day, people have to invest some money.
Right.
We're not a charity, we're not an NGO. If I told you the amount of people that says, Bernardo, I have a massive following, and then I really am, and I can really help you. And then, with love, they've got 3 people on Twitter and 2 is family. And I'm saying again this with love and respect, but what I'm saying is that from people, you have to bring something to the table. Okay, you have to bring something to the table. I can't do everything that I've done. I haven't built everything that I've built to just literally, put it out there. I already do a lot. I mean, we give thousands of tickets away, and then we charge very, very little for people to get involved. So it has to be a win-win situation. Right.
Well, it sounds great. Well, you got about 15 minutes before your next event. I don't know if I'm hosting or if you're hosting. John Shin's coming up.
Yes. Well, listen, let's play a quick commercial, and then what we're going to do is we're going to come back, and then we'll take it from there. And then I wish we could do a few little Q&As. Well, I think we've got them on Instagram. We could probably do a few there. And then what we could do is if anyone, and I know we're actually streaming live right now on Facebook, and but if someone wanted to kind of reach out to us, just ask questions, go ahead. All right, great. Thank you so much.
Be right back.
The Best You TV, a TV channel with only the best business leaders and influencers ready to help you rise to the top. Available now on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Google Play. Learn and grow from in-depth interviews, documentaries, inspirational talks, and motivational masterclasses from the world's biggest thought leaders, speakers, teachers, authors, coaches, and highly successful business gurus. The Best You TV is now live.
What is life? Your life isn't just about what you're doing now. Your life is the sum of every hope you ever had and everything you ever wanted to be. Life is about the situations you deal with, how you get to where you want to be, and how you become who you want to be. Life is a collection of moments and memories. Life Life is about being alive, feeling alive. Life is about dealing with whatever fate throws at you. Life is about staying on top when things are challenging. Life is about enjoying yourself, about finding yourself, about leaving a legacy. Life is about looking and feeling good, about staying ahead. It's about being the best you. What you want, what we all want, is a life without limits. So why don't you be the best you?
That was my first video that I produced, that I created, Tony. And it was a friend of mine. My son's friend.
You're such a friend.
He was my son's friend. Oh my God, he's called Jordan Buck. Very, very successful now. He works with Nike, he works with Adidas, he does all these phenomenal commercials. So the kid, he was a kid then, right. He did the advert for me. I wrote the script. We put it together. I did kind of contribute in the layout and changing a few things around, but I mean, pretty much it was him. And I still love it. I still get kind of the goosebumps. I remember when I showed it to my team, it was a good 5-6 years ago. And
well, all the production that you're putting out is nothing but pro. And it's just, I'm a feature film producer, and to see the work that you've put into it, and you shared the money that you're spending, it's all top notch. I mean, you're not cutting corners on anything. So, I mean, just continue what you're doing. And it's going to take, I think you put the gas and now it's going to go.
Yeah, no, I think so. Well, I think hopefully we put some electric in it. I was actually looking, I think it's got enough electric to take us far. I love the whole idea of electric vehicles and where it's going. I think so, Tony. I mean, I really feel that we're scratching, we're getting there now. It's very, very exciting. So it's been a good run.
Cool. So, well, this was your halftime show, dead center in the middle of your event.
I love it. Well done for bringing it up.
And what's coming up and what has been, and I don't know if you want to take it away. Are you doing John Shin, or would you like me to?
I will. I'll do a quick intro to John Shin. Yeah, just kind of like, I'm just getting used to being up so late, and also I love John. He's been a great.
Oh, yeah, he's great. He's great.
And then I'll leave you afterwards. So look, we've got an amazing lineup still for this afternoon. We've got John Shin coming just on stage now. We've got a couple of interviews like John Amici, NBA basketball player. Then Tony's going to be bringing in Michael Neal, the super coach. We're going to be showing also the replay of Matthew Knowles' talk yesterday, and it has a video of Beyonce. Love it, and that is just absolutely brilliant. I never thought that I'll be playing a video of Beyonce, so I'm one step closer. And then tomorrow I've got some great guests coming in the morning. Got Sarah Davison. I've got Doug Ivanovic. You want to listen to Doug Ivanovic, please. If you're watching this and you're just watching an hour, come and watch him. He's amazing. I've got Didi Wong. I know she came in briefly. We've got Dr. Sonia Stribling as well, who's there speaking. Doug Vermeeren, he's supposed to be joining us again tomorrow as well. Chelsea Colley, Sharon Lecter. So we got quite a few people joining us tomorrow. And then we got Antonia Harman. We have, we're playing some Yuri Rebic. We got Darius joining us from Dubai. Dave Meltzer. And we've got Jeff Hoffman, the billionaire, joining us tomorrow, the founder of Priceline. So we've got Doria Cordova. She's talking tomorrow from Money and You. So we've got a great lineup tomorrow as well, haven't we?
And Friday's amazing too. I mean, you got more people from The Secret, which was I think it made $4 billion. $4 billion. I mean, that's just an amazing number from just a little teaser, a little thing that people thought they'd stumbled onto something that nobody else knew about. And obviously at $4 billion, we all know about it now.
And isn't it amazing? I remember when I watched the film, it was very, very well produced as far as budget, but it obviously it's a very cheap production.
And I know a lot of the speakers very well, and
none of them knew, and no one knew,
and none of them got really paid for it. I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but
Yeah, no, it didn't. We got an amazing, and then we still have Marissa Peer to speak at the end of the week. Marissa's a phenomenal speaker. She's been great to us. She spoke in London. She was very excited about speaking in LA. So Marissa Peer, she's just a phenomenal speaker. And look, we're just excited to bring this together. So we're halfway there.
You are. You're at the halfway point. And I like how you switched sides for us. That was hilarious.
Yes, yes.
If you guys don't know Bernardo, he has a wonderful sense of humor. He really is a fun guy to be around. And I expect he jumped off. He's switching on me now.
I didn't. I just switched you around. I was just messing around with you as well.
But I expect at the end of this event that you'll have the drink of choice, and we'll do a virtual cheers and just congratulate another year, but this one being a virtual year. And, I really want to celebrate with you in a couple more days. So.
Well, I will, and I'm actually staying in town that night, so I'm going to be. And funny enough, isn't it ironic that out of all the speaking slots that there is, I put myself on the last one on the last day. I mean, I'm going to be absolutely knackered. My bags are going to be down here.
Yeah,
I'll probably be holding onto the table like that, trying to do my talk. So I speak at the end of the expo. And I'm going to try and set this up so I can actually stand up and give it a little bit of energy and a little bit of movement.
I think because it is the end and the excitement of it, you got there and you reached the finish line. I ran a marathon, right? 26.2 miles. I hit 26 and I was like, woohoo, I'm done. And they're like, no, you got 0.2 more to go. Those were the longest 0.2 of my life. And then you have to walk back to your vehicle. They don't include that in the 26.2. So you still have to get out of wherever you are and wrap out. And you and Tony have to take care of, a plethora of emails afterwards. So you got another week ahead of yourself. So.
Oh, well, yeah, but luckily for me, Tony doesn't know yet, and probably she's not hearing it, but I'm going to leave it with Tony. I'm running off on Saturday night. Bernardo's phone's off. Where's he gone? No, yeah. I'm out. But what we will be doing, which is important for all of us, we'll do a debrief. We'll do a debrief on the Monday, not the weekend, on the Monday. And then I am intending on Tuesday to disconnect my phone. The reason I came up here to Ireland is because I'm doing a motorbike trip around Ireland when I finish. And so I'm intending to travel all around Europe. This is the most beautiful scenery you can imagine, with the most amazing roads. The only problem is it hasn't stopped raining since I got here. So hopefully it clears up a bit, because it's a bit of an odd summer. But I can't wait to travel around the motorbike. And then I love it because I put my helmet on, no one can call me. So my phone is off and I'm completely disconnected, and I get zen and in the zone. Yeah,
no, it's good. You need to be spiritually charged because you're leading us. So, people vibe off other people's energy. Well, you've got about 5 minutes. Do you want to, wrap out by yourself or go to commercials?
We'll go to commercials, and then we're going to come back literally on the hour. We're going to be back with John Shin. So listen, thank you so much, Tony, for all your great energy, your support. And it's been great to have this to share it with you, and also for you to support us. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys, keep watching. A lot more coming up.
Yeah, we're going to be back soon. We'll be back on the hour. Thank you so much. Make sure that you stay here and stay focused. Thanks so much. Bye.
The Best You TV, a TV channel with only the best business leaders and influencers ready to help you rise to the top. Available now on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Google Play. Learn and grow from in-depth interviews, documentaries, inspirational talks, and motivational masterclasses from the world's biggest thought leaders, speakers, teachers, authors, coaches, and highly successful business gurus. The Best You TV is now live.
The Best You is leading the way in the industry of personal and professional growth. Through our magazine, expos, e-learning, TV, club, and awards, The Best You's objective is to help people achieve their dreams, to do more, to be more, to live a life without limits. Join us if you believe in helping and inspiring others, in changing the world, in making it a more just and fair place through education and inspiration. Our goal: everyone, everywhere, now. If you are interested in making a difference, working, partnering, volunteering, supporting, or even licensing The Best You, let's talk. Let's work together and make the world a better place.
The Best You Online. Featuring in-depth interviews, motivational talks, and inspiring masterclasses from the world's top experts, motivational speakers, business gurus, and thought leaders. Leaders and influencers from all over the world are here to share their knowledge and skills with you. With over 500 speakers, The Best You Online is a priceless mine of personal development wisdom, knowledge, and practical information to help you take charge of your life and take you, your business, and career beyond where you have always wanted to go. The Best You Online.
The well-being industry is worth $3 trillion. Hi, I'm Bernardo Moy. I'm the founder of The Best You, and I wanted to share with you my vision, my dream, the concept of The Best You. The Best You is a multi-platform, global platform. Our first thing is The Best You Expo. Now, we've been doing this for the last 5 years, and over these last 5 years, we've had close to 70,000 people attend, and we promoted more than 700 speakers. Because we filmed every single event, we have more than 700 talks from world leaders, all in one library of content. The really exciting thing about The Best You is our growth strategy. Look, we're going to be running expos all over the world. We've done them now in London and California. We're exploring about running them in Miami. We're looking at running them in Canada, in Mexico. It's just the beginning. So this business model where we will license the Best You Expo will allow us to attract more and more speakers, to attract the biggest brands, to attract all the thinkers that will want to be involved, not only in the local, but in the international reach and approach that we have. This will provide us phenomenal revenue and so much content through all the talks and all the different partners that we will have around the world. And there's so many opportunities for people like yourself, for you to be able to get involved in The Best You now. Thank you so much.
Now, the Best You personal and professional development virtual expos are happening globally in 2020 and 2021, whether you want to speak, exhibit, or attend. These are 7-day online events for all those passionate about living a better life, creating a better world, gaining greater mindfulness and meaning in these new times, and becoming the best version of themselves. Book your speaking slot, your virtual booth, and get tickets to attend now.
What is life? Your life isn't just about what you're doing now. Your life is the sum of every hope you ever had and everything you ever wanted to be. Life is about the situations you deal with, how you get to where you want to be, and how you become who you want to be. Life is a collection of moments and memories. Life is about being alive, feeling alive. Life is about dealing with whatever fate throws at you. Life is about staying on top when things are challenging. Life is about enjoying yourself, about finding yourself, about leaving a legacy. Life is about looking and feeling good, about staying ahead. It's about being the best you. What you want, what we all want, is a life without limits. So why don't you be the best you?
The Best You Online. Featuring in-depth interviews, motivational talks, and inspiring masterclasses from the world's top experts, motivational speakers, business gurus, and thought leaders. Leaders and influencers from all over the world are here to share their knowledge and skills with you. With over 500 speakers, The Best You Online is a priceless mine of personal development wisdom, knowledge, and practical information to help you take charge of your life and take you, your business, and career beyond where you have always wanted to go. The Best You Online.
Hi, it's Bernardo Moy. I'm the founder of The Best You. I wanted to share with you my vision, my dream, the concept of the best you. The well-being industry is worth $3 trillion. Why? Because everyone wants to become the best version of themselves. The well-being industry is massive, but there isn't a place where you could connect with everyone, a place where speakers, authors, leaders could share their expertise, and a place where people that are looking, seeking, interested in finding that knowledge for them to connect. So the best you is a multi-platform, global platform. And what we have is we have a variety of products and services. Our first thing is the Best You Expo. Now, we've been doing this for the last 5 years, and over these last 5 years, we've had close to 70,000 people attend, and we promoted more than 700 speakers. Additionally to that, because we filmed every single event, we have more than 700 talks from world leaders, all in one library of content. Additionally to that, the Best You magazine with interviews with world leaders and experts on any and every subject related to personal and professional growth. And one of the most exciting projects that we're involved in now is the Best You Legacy Clubs. This will become the biggest, largest network for people in personal, professional growth. The Best You is now the fastest growing personal development platform on the planet. And the reason being is because we literally cater for anyone and everyone's needs in the well-being industry. Look, the difference between this event and any other event that you've seen out there is that the Best You has a very clear purpose. Our purpose is to help individuals find ultimately what they're here for, what their legacy is going to be. But we only really work with like-minded individuals. We work with people that believe in the same kind of values that we have. And that is that personal and professional growth is about helping others, not only helping yourself, if you know what I mean. Because there's a lot of that. There's all these events which are literally sales fest. We're not that. If that's what you're looking for, you need to go elsewhere. But if you're interested in working with a brand that has a phenomenal reputation, that is only working with the best, I hope you join us, because this is it.
Now, the Best You Personal and Professional Development Virtual Expos are happening globally in 2020 and 2021. If you are a coach, a motivational speaker, a therapist, and are looking to transform your business, build a community, and generate customers from a global audience, this is the opportunity for you. Now is your chance to join forces with the Best You, one of the largest personal development brands on the planet. Book your speaking slot, your virtual booth, and get tickets to attend now.
One of the things I frequently say is that we don't think about what we're thinking about. And not only we're not thinking about what we're thinking about, we just have really terrible thoughts. A lot of people just have this terrible internal dialogue, which all they're doing is just being detrimental to themselves. They're saying terrible things to themselves. So the first thing you need to be is you need to be aware. You need to be aware of your thoughts. You need to be able to think what you're thinking about and making sure that what you're thinking about are things that are going to help you, empower you. And that's what I say normally, is that the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions you ask yourself. If you ask yourself empowering questions, unconsciously you're going to start finding ways in where you can find a solution to that, to go where you want to go. And one of the things I really find interesting and fascinating, that there's so many people that think, but then they think small. Oh my God, why would you? If you're going to think big. It's free. Think big.
Are you sick and tired of struggling to get your career to where you want it to be? Working with the right coach can be a life-changing experience, and Bernardo Moya is changing lives.